What's up, guys? Carolynn Castillo here today. Will your house pass the home inspection? Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Carolynn Castillo here, listing agent with eXp Realty. Today's video, I'm going to discuss if your home is going to pass a home inspection. Now, if this is your first time watching, thank you so much. I'm so excited that you're here. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I post weekly videos about real estate and I would love to connect with you. So this is a really popular question that I always hear in real estate, and it's a really funny answer because in real estate, if your home will pass the home inspection has a lot of variables. And the very first one is who is doing the home inspection. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but the home inspection course to become a home inspector, okay, is actually a very simple course that you have to register with the city that you belong with. It's a very easy course to take. Anybody can do it. Bada bing, bada boom, you're a home inspector, okay? So a lot of people enter into this industry and they become home inspectors. Now, in Florida, the buyer is the one that hires the home inspector. So if you're a seller, you are not in control of who the home inspector is. The buyer is the one that pays the home inspector. Typically, home inspections run about $400, give or take, okay? And this person is being hired to come and check out the house. Now, I have seen everything from left to right, from good to bad, and everything in between. So some home inspectors, the ones that I like, okay, they literally come into the house, they check the main things, check the roof, check the air conditioning, check, all the main things, and they're like, perfect, house is in great shape. Nice house, guys, pay me my money, I'm out of here, okay? So when you're representing the seller, you love those home inspections because the guy didn't check anything. So it's perfect for the seller. Now for the buyer, when I'm representing a buyer, I have a home inspection team that I trust and they do a very thorough home inspection. So this is where they're going to check everything from the big components, the roof, all the way down to light switches, down to, leaky sinks and faucets and stuff like that. So I really like working with them. So it really depends. And I've had sometimes where I've been at home inspections and we've literally been there from 9 a.m. to like 4 p.m. Okay. It's like unbelievable. Like they'll tell you like if like a little knob on a closet is like loose, they're writing it on the report. So you have an extreme and then you've got a bunch of people in the middle. So it so much depends on who the home inspector is. If you had 3 home inspectors, you sent them all 3 to go inside of a house, I guarantee you all 3 of them will come up with different things. So you're really at the mercy of what home inspector you get and what the way that they do their business, what type of home inspector they are, okay? Now, with the home inspection, there's typically 2 inspections that are going on. So if you have an older home, a home that was built after the 90s, okay, you're gonna need 2 home inspections on your home. So one is just a general home inspection. That is just for the buyer, period. This is saying that, hey, you're buying this $500,000 house. Let me check it out for you and let you know what needs work, what's working, what's not working, things like that. Same thing if you were to buy a car, you would take it to mechanic. Hey, how does it look? Does everything look good? He knows what he's looking for. A home inspector knows what he's looking for. Now, the second inspection that you get done is what we call a 4-point and wind mitigation. Now, this inspection is for the insurance company. The insurance company wants to know what is the rating on the roof? What is the rating on the windows? Does it have hurricane protection? Has the electrical been updated? Has the plumbing been updated? These are things that the insurance company requires that the buyer get if you have a home that's older than the 90s. Okay. Now, newer homes, like just brand new construction or built within the last 5 to 10 years, don't actually require a 4-point and a wind mitigation because that home, based on the building code, has been made up to code with the current insurance regulations. Okay. So year after year, the insurance is always changing things. Whereas a community that was built in, the 70s or the 60s, no, I don't go that far back, but yeah, like the 70s and 90s, this whole neighborhood was built with this specific electrical panel and this specific plumbing, okay? Whereas now in 2021, that electrical panel is no longer acceptable by the insurance company, and that plumbing that house has is also no longer inspected. So that's why they do these extra reports, okay? It's for the insurance company. Now, when you do I'm gonna do a whole nother video about what the insurance companies are accepting and what they're not accepting. So a lot of times I have buyers and they ask me, well, how much does the seller pay for homeowners insurance? And I'm like, you know what? Even if I find out the information, it's like 100% irrelevant for you, because as a new buyer coming in, the insurance company is going to be holding you to a higher set of insurance regulations. Whereas if they got their policy maybe 2 or 3 years ago, or even longer in some cases, 10 years ago, they haven't had a new insurance check. So it's really not relevant what the current seller's paying versus, and sometimes, most of the time I'm working with the sellers and they say, well, I don't understand. I have insurance. What's the problem? Well, when you're selling the house and the new buyer has that insurance inspection and the insurance, they bring that report over to the insurance agent and the insurance agent's like, that house, you can't get insurance on, the roof, the electrical, this, that. There's certain things that right now in the state of Florida, the insurance companies say, fix it or we're not insuring it, okay? And now it forces the seller to have to fix it so they can get the report updated, okay? Now, and that, leads some confusion to sellers because they're like, I don't understand. I have insurance. How come the buyer can't get insurance? And that's because of these changes that happen in the insurance industry. Now, as we discussed, the buyer always pays for this inspection report. So the seller doesn't pay for it. What happens when every contract has an inspection period? So it can be anything from 5-day inspection to 15-day inspection, which is what is actually in the contract, okay? Within that period of time, that gives the buyer the right to inspect the home, get the report, process what needs to be done, and there's a couple of options that the buyer has. So the buyer can unequivocally cancel the contract, okay? So they can just decide for any reason, doesn't have to be anything specific. They can just say, well, based on the home inspection, I've decided I no longer want to purchase this property. And that is their right to do. In the contract, it is a right to inspect the home, and the buyer has the right to cancel. Sometimes what happens is there's a couple things, that need to be fixed, and the buyer will ask the seller, hey, this came up in the report, can you fix it? Okay. Or if it's, a larger magnitude, or the seller doesn't want to fix things or not handy like that, they may say, hey, these things came wrong in the report. Can you give me a credit of about, $2,000 so that I can fix it once I move in? Okay. So those are the courses of action that happen within that inspection period. Okay. So in the home inspection, it can go a lot of ways. The benefit of hiring me as your realtor when you're selling your house is I attend every single home inspection. So not all realtors actually attend their home inspections. I do because I want to be there to represent the house, to represent the seller. I can't tell you how many times I've been at a home inspection and I've been able to solve the problem while I'm there. Had I not been there, the problem wouldn't have gotten solved. maybe the things would have went the opposite direction. I've been there and the home inspector's like, oh yeah, this doesn't work. And then I call the seller. I'm like, hey, they're saying this doesn't work. Oh no, you got to do this, that, boom, boom, boom. I get it working. Okay, it's working. Oh, perfect. You know, I've been in situations where just home inspectors haven't taken the time to actually look for the shutters or done certain things. I like to know what's going on in the houses. So since I go to those home inspections all the time, when I go to a listing appointment and I preview a house for the first time, a lot of times I'm able to tell the sellers, hey, you may want to consider fixing this before the home inspection because this is definitely going to come up for sure, you know? So I've been able to help sellers not fall into common pitfalls that people do when they go through the home inspection. And even knowing what they're going to be looking for, I can say, hey, get this fixed now, because if you fix it before you're on the market, the home inspector is always going to quote it to be more money. That's just how it is. They're always going to say something that would cost you, you know, $50 to fix. They're going to say it's, you know, a $500 repair, you know? So it behooves you to just kind of get some of this stuff done before the home inspection so you're better well equipped when they actually come. So I hope that helps. I hope you get some information of what actually happens in a home inspection if your house is going to pass, okay? And thank you so much for watching. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Have a great day.